John Deere 4020. This one's a 1969 model. Going to be doing a few projects. Brakes, which are inside the final drive there. Clutch, injectors, and some work in the cab fixing some lights. So we're going to work on getting the back end jacked up. This final drive here is going to come off the rear end of the tractor. Your brakes are in there. It's got wet brakes. If you got brake problems, that's where you're heading. I'll get some stuff jacked up and see if we can get that final drive off. One of your last steps here will be taking these 12 bolts here that hold your final drive housing. You're going to want to have either a wheel dolly or a forklift if you take it all in one piece like I'm going to do here in a couple minutes. This one I also had a line coming off my rock shaft here that was in my way of, it was just covering the edge here of this final drive. So I just loosened it up here on the top. It was up here. I just took the nut off the top and spun it out of the way here, and this side is clear sailing. The other side will run into the diff lock valve and a few other items to take off. Update, we got the final drive off. Just used my little forklift here, tied around the mass. Left the weights and everything on. Save you some time if you have a way to do it. Going together, it will take an extra person normally, but it can be done. Found the problem with the metal and the oil. There's the inner pads right there. Found a few rivets floating around. What's left is some brake lining. Disc is wiped out. It's supposed to have facing on all three of those. They're gone, so kind of hoping that was what we were going to find. And then with the differential in there going back together, so I have it jacked up here in the front by the transmission, and then I also held this tire up off the ground also, so going back together I'll be able to turn that differential, allowing me to get the splines lined up. Overall, kind of what I was hoping to find and what we got. Could always be worse. Could be a transmission problem or pump or something. Hopefully the other side, hopefully the damage was on this side, but we'll go through the other side also. You're going to want to get those 3 backing plates out of there. There's a piston back and forth here a little bit. There's your piston. It's supposed to have a pad on here. Clearly that's gone. So all 3 of those will pull out. There's a piston on each one. There's some O-ring that piston will seal on inside here. You'll need a pick there to pull those out. I'll show you how to do that. Got this 4020 apart here. We found quite a bit of damage. The disc is wiped out. There's some old brake material off of the pads, part of what's left of the pads. And then these ones here on the plate have been shifting around. You can see there the movement that's been taking place. We're gonna knock those rivets out, put new pads on, and rivet them on there.